Again, we're going to have a few numbers to deal with here, so be patient and see what happens from there. Okay, come back up here to these highs again. If you be careful there around the 95, because we got up to 94. Mark it up here again on the highs. Be careful there around 95. Do have a few numbers coming out here at top of the hour. Could be some market movers, so yeah, be patient. Okay, so we'll deal with these numbers and see where the market takes us. We're coming out here momentarily, a bunch of them, see how the market reacts to them, and then we'll see what happens from there. We got support right now around 70, 5 area. Obviously, the biggest numbers that we're going to have to contend with is going to be obviously the results later on. All right, again, we're just kind of hanging here on the highs, kind of see where the market wants to go from here. Next level of resistance we have is up at the 38.07. Right now, we got support around the 75 area. All right, market continues to uptick here. Next level we're looking at is up at the 38.07 area. All right, market just kind of hanging around this 95 area of ours that we had a little resistance on, and just kind of just hanging up here as the market rotated off these off the morning, got up here and just kind of hanging right now. We got up to what they got up to 97.75 there. We have resistance up at the '07 area next. All right, support right now would be around this 80, 70, well, 80 area, 81 to 80. Yeah, I'm actually leaving on Sunday, but yeah, I mean, it's not going to be that difficult to take so much. But let me. I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm get an email saying that the market is going to close early on Monday because of uh, Juneteenth, I think. So uh, be mindful of that on Monday. At 12 noon. I mean, to the point where I don't even know if we'll even should be on because it's going to be very, very light trading. So we might, well, maybe we'll have the charts up. We'll just show the charts on Monday. I just got an email that I didn't even realize that. Then they open up again, Monday night going into Tuesday will be a regular day.
You going to be gone the whole week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you can't do it only one day, just let Brad know.
Yeah, that's no problem.
So, see what it's kind of getting excited now. Hope my golf game stays intact for a week.
They at the reception last Friday night, there was a bunch of the relatives in there, and one of them was talking about playing golf, and the other one chimed in and says, "Yep, we went to Pebble Beach last year." He said it was really nice, but you had to stay at the hotel.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. That's the killer part of it.
That's the way to generate business.
I guess, but it's like insane how you have to stay in the hotel, and they just take advantage of you like crazy. I mean, you got to have a caddy, and then you have to tip the caddy, and we have to make a reservation for the caddy from now before we left. Had to make a reservation at the hotel for dinner. They say everything gets booked. I'm like, what?
Do they don't allow golf carts on the?
Well, they actually do, but you have to stay on the cart path, and that the course is very hilly and very wide, and usually if you don't hit it close to the cart path, it's a long walk back and forth from your cart to the ball back to the cart, you know. So I mean, it's almost sometimes easier for you just to have a caddy because you just walk straight to the ball versus walking back and forth from the cart path. So, but we had to. One of my friends actually has a knee issue, so he's afraid to. He hasn't walked 18 holes ever, and he's afraid to attempt it with his knee issue. So he's going to have a cart for sure. But we still got to get the caddies anyway. So it just makes the caddy's life a little bit easier because I guess he doesn't have to carry one bag maybe.
You know, my idea is to load the golf cart down with a cooler full of hooch.
Well, yeah, that's usually.
Pick you 2 clubs, like a big driver and a putter, and just drive by the ball and play polo all the way around.
Oh, okay. But you don't have to go to Pebble for that. That's doable. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen, but not at Pebble. Might as well just stay home. Might as well just stay home. Wow.
It wasn't too long ago we were looking at an alligator in Florida on the golf course, and the guy's ball landed close to it, and he wouldn't go over there and get his ball.
Oh, I bet not. I wouldn't either.
I would. Alligator have to go.
Oh yeah. Well, I you know what? You would probably handle an alligator. I have no problem. I could probably see you handling an alligator. You probably know. You have some in Texas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, there you go.
They're all over the place around here.
Oh, so
all I do is cuss them every time I go out fishing.
I bet. I don't know. I you know, again, alligators, fishing, all that stuff. Just you know, I would. Fishing part is like I told you, I fished a couple times, and it's just not in my personality.
Well, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I guess not. I guess not. Not. There's
What's the old saying? Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Positively correct. Yeah. So, no, I can't say that yeah, it's not my cup of tea. That's all I can say. But hey, you never know. You never know. Anyway. All right. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging here. A nice little rally here pre FOMC. Surprised actually that they're moving this way, but hey.
They must be positioning themselves to go short.
I don't know. Or the shorts are hoping, oh God, I hope this doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. That's the question. I mean, you know, they're talking. Is 75% bullish, even though that's bad because they're being more aggressive? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how this is going to pan out.
You know, we still had that big old gap up there.
Yeah, we do. That could be a gap filler up at 38.58.
Yeah, so I got a technical question for you.
Yeah.
The gap, it's considered from the low of that
it's either the low or the close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. Everybody has that same question. Again, there's 2 ways of looking at it. If you look at a chart, at the daily chart, you're going to see, obviously, you need to fill that gap to the low.
Yeah.
All right. I think if you fill the gap to the low, you can see that pretty much filling the gap. But there's others who believe that you have to fill it to the close. So because we have a daily move like we have, I think closing the gap, especially the size of the move that we have, I think we're looking probably just closing the daily gap. That would be it.
I guess technically speaking, is if it hits the bottom of that daily low, the gap is then filled.
Closed, correct. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we're at. The 30, what is that, 38? What is this here? Let's see.
Just a second, I'll tell you. I got a daily chart right here. The low was 38.9650.
Yeah, 38, 96, 96.
And the high, the day of Monday, the 13th, was 38.78.50.
A daily high, right? So
Yeah.
that was not even the 30. What was it? 30 what?
38.78.50.
38.78.
38.78.50 is what I'm showing on the 13th. That was the daily high. And on the 10th, the daily low was 38.96.50.
Okay, so it looks like what you're looking at actually is the Globex, because it opened up even at night at 12, at the high at 12 o'clock, then it was 38.47. See on my charts here? This was opened up, this is at the 12 o'clock, at the midnight.
Now, your charts open at 12 midnight?
Yeah,
Okay, see, mine open at 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
right. So that's a difference. So
Now, is there a question of which chart gives you a better representation? As
there's
time
one
frame?
thing that the only thing that's consistent here is the gap, all right?
Yeah.
Whether it come from your number, but we still have this gap here that has to get
Yeah.
filled. So mine's a little bit bigger than yours, that's all.
Okay.
But no, we both agree where the gap fill has to happen. So
Yeah. Okay.
now if you look at the daily chart starting at the opening on Monday, so that gives you an even different number.
You know, I look at these things and I've got Globex up, but you know, it seems like the sessions time starts at 8:30. And
Right.
Globex can be going down all night long, and at
Right,
8:30
Globex
they reverse it
right,
up.
Right. So that's there's a lot of that's the differences. You know, it used to be when you had the S&P 500, that was only one market, 7:30. I mean 8:30, and that was it. Now it's like you got Globex, you got this, you got that, you got a million freaking contracts going all over the place, so that they can have more traders trading all the time. That's what they want. Just keep trading.
And I'm sure, you know, there's sometimes that I look at it and I get better results when I work from midnight to 8:30 in the morning. Other times I get better results when I'm working from the yesterday's settlement or yesterday's or the open of the close session. So, yeah, but there's nothing constant. That's the problem.
Right. No, there's nothing constant.
You know, it's just kind of like, you know, you're going in there and you're painting a new picture every day, and you say, okay,
right.
What's it doing now? Yeah.
You just got to take some constants, closing gaps, few situation, you know, ideas and concepts that work, and just stick with those.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, trying to figure out what we're going to do next and this and that. So, I mean, we're getting very volatile here. Obviously, it got up to, what is it, 30? We had 95 there, got up to 97, 75, and coming off here. I mean, I can't imagine they're going to make a major move into FOMC. I mean, we might get a move once we get to the 10:30, 11 o'clock. I don't think it's going to do much waiting for, unless they're going to be all guessing what's going to happen. It's going to be a very interesting FOMC meeting, that's for sure, especially if they raise more than 50 basis points. And then you're going to have to look at the commentary. They're going to look at the word change, the wording. You got a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to be looking at. It's just a weird time right now. It's just, they messed up so bad with the inflation situation early on that they got themselves into a pickle.
Yeah.
I've never seen the bond market yields are between, from the top to the bottom on the yield curve is between 0.2%. I mean, 20 basis points. It doesn't even make sense. It should not be. Definitely a problem there in the bond market.
Did the 2-year get above the 10-year the other day?
Yeah, yeah, it briefly did get above the 10-year and then came back down. But it's right, they're all within 20 basis points of each other. That's insane.
And see, we're still trading. No, we're almost right on. We're trading about half to 3/4 of a point difference between the June contract and this one, but we're getting close to Friday too.
Yeah, Friday, yeah, it'll be gone by Friday.
Yeah. But usually I'm going, man, we sure are running tight. And something else too, though. The big S&P and the E minis, they're tight.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's because again, because of the environment we're in. If we were going up, you'd have more. It'll be the opposite. It'll give us that. I think we were like 10 to 7 point range.
Yeah.
Things again, that's normal. We're not in normal situations right now by any means of the imagination. So it's definitely we're in a weird situation all around here.
well, are y'all planning on leaving the 20th, or y'all gonna?
No, we're leaving on Sunday. Actually.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Y'all gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hopefully. Yeah, half of it's depending on the golf. If you can just get past the golf part, to be okay. I mean, we are going for golfing sakes, but we're also going to have fun and the scenery, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So all of that stuff will be fine.
Where is Pebble Beach actually located at?
South of San Francisco.
The weather's gonna be great then.
Well, right off the ocean, and it's going to be a little nippy.
60s, 70s.
Yeah,
70 degree highs.
Yeah, 70-degree highs, but it's off the ocean, so
yeah,
you're gonna have the dreaded wind chill.
I don't know. It's nice out there. It's dry, but that breeze coming off, it's just.
Yeah, for sure. There's not even an issue there.
I went to visit a farm there in Encinitas, which is south of San Francisco a ways, and up on the hill there, where their facility was located, to look downhill. It's about a mile, and you can see the Pacific Ocean. It's right down the bottom of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting up there asking all these questions. Says, what happens when your poinsettias do this or they do that? He says, they don't do that here. I said, how come? He said, it never gets that hot. I said, well, how do you get around it? He said, don't live in Texas. Well, problem solved. We can throw that one out.
That's funny. That is funny. Don't live in Texas. That's great.
He says, we don't see things like that because our heat doesn't get that high.
We were at 97 degrees yesterday here.
We hadn't had any rain here in a while.
Oh.
It came a little shower yesterday, but not enough to do any good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been in the 92s, 94s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely 92, 94 is good. 97, 98.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Does the humidity get up there since y'all
yesterday? Usually it does, but yesterday it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were in the shade and felt a little breeze, it was awesome. It was great. When it gets humid around here and you get in the shade, nothing matters.
In the summertime, do y'all mostly get like south winds or west winds?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which predominantly.
Well, the reason I was asked, I figured, well, if you got that lakeshore breeze coming off, it would keep things fairly cool.
It would, and sometimes it does work that way. But not necessarily all the time. That I can tell you. I don't think there's one predominant wind here, and I think it goes all over the place. But yeah.
Y'all been getting quite a bit of rain up there too, hadn't
you? We had a big storm here the other day. What's been happening lately, which is kind of good for golf, is that we're getting rain at night and then during the day it's dry and beautiful, and but you get we've been getting big rains at night, which is kind of, it's great. Last year I had to got this new sod into my grass and on the garden, and I had to water it every day. This year I don't have to do anything. It's been raining at night, perfect during the day, and it's kind of perfect. It's been very nice lately around. As far as, again, you need softer ground, and we're getting that. It's not been too hot, even though I don't mind hot. But
Yeah. And the lake there, is that considered saltwater or freshwater?
no, it's not salt water. That's for sure. Yeah, it's dirty. How's that?
It's dirty.
Let's go that route. It's not fresh. It's not salt. It's dirty. And it's what it is.
That's the way we are here. We've got the Gulf within 20 something miles. We've got a saltwater lake out there, but we got 3 big rivers coming into it, or 2 big rivers coming into it. And when they're not opening the dams and the water's coming down and the salt backs up, then the water becomes what we call brackish, half salt, half fresh.
Yeah, that's in Texas, not around here. We just got this big lake that.
I mean, eventually it'll tie into the Atlantic down there, but I guess y'all are far enough away that mostly fresh water and snow melt up to that order.
Okay. Right. Well, not surprising that they're kind of turning over here a little bit. Again, kind of tough to trade this is no man's land right now, because it could easily turn over, it could stay. You got our levels there. There they are in the chat. Don, again, thanks for helping me out next week.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Glad I can.
Yeah, and I'll try to send you some pictures.
Okay.
The guy did say, we had the guy at the hotel says, make sure your camera is empty on your phone so you can take a lot of pictures. Like, oh, great. And then charge us a ridiculous amount of money. Charges a ridiculous amount of money for staying in the hotel. I mean, it's really nasty how much I just can't believe that they're doing.
That's California for you.
No, it's just ridiculous. There's no reason for it to be charging $1,200 a night for a room. That's for sure.
I guess water's really expensive out there.
What is water?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use it.
You got 1 gallon in a wash rag. That's your bath.
Yeah, probably. No lie. I tell you that much. That's too funny, actually. Yeah. So we'll see.
You'll have to call Mark and says, where are you at? Why aren't you up here?
Yeah, he'll tell me to use a tennis ball instead of a golf ball. I gotta call that boy. I keep saying I gotta call him. I keep forgetting. I'm gonna do that today. See what the hell's up with him.
Tell him next week he can just chime right on in.
Right, he should. You need some help.
Oh yeah. I don't look for it to do too much. I guess after this Fed announcement, then they'll kind of figure out what they want to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, at some point they gotta settle this market down and kind of determine what's the next move.
What was was it 3750 was the 20% bear number?
The 3856.
3856. Okay.
Yeah. The 3855 area. Yeah. That was the 20% area. Yeah. Because they drove it one time below it and then they came above it.
I thought that yesterday they were going to take it down below 3,600.
Yeah, they done a little profit taking came in.
I've just been working in the mornings and I've been shutting it down. I'm going, hey,
Yeah,
it can go where it wants to go.
Yeah, it's been tough, no doubt about it.
What was it? Oh, I guess it was Monday when you left early. And every trade, all the way, except for that 14, all the way down to the 53, all worked. Some we had to take a little heat on, but other than that, they all worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you just trade the numbers, I think for the most part, and you just put your stops in, you think you could be okay. I mean, just don't think.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem with this thing. You know, I know we're supposed to. I do the thinking before you and give you these like big like storylines about what the market's doing. That's about all the thinking you need. Otherwise, just kind of let the market kind of just trade whatever it gives you and just go from there.
Well, I know that until we got down into that low 50s, high 40 areas, that profit taking was, 2 to 3 points. That was it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
they weren't
giving
they weren't giving you anything.
But there was some there. You just took it and were satisfied with it.
Yeah.
And then there were some intermediate levels in there. They let rotate back, 7, 8, 9, 10 points.
Yeah. And you just never know when that's going to happen. You got to keep your.
You just trade what it is.
Right.
Yep. That's a new saying. Just trade what it is.
Well, these days with the volatility, yeah.
VIX is only at 32 something. Was earlier.
Well, that nice little rally yesterday.
30.66.
It's pretty amazing. They've been definitely. Yeah, well, it was a 37 the other day, so I mean, and then they kind of slowed it down a little bit. The rally yesterday afternoon, and it did rally on Tuesday.
A question for you: this selling that's going on, is this a lot of institutionals that are selling because they've hit that 20% range?
Well, I think the smarter people were probably selling before.
Yeah.
And you get into these modes, and they say that usually when you get into a 20% reduction from the highs, or any bear market lasts about 250 days on average. So about 3/4 of a year. And then we'll see what happens from there. And that usually takes that amount of time for any policy changes to take into effect.
Yeah.
Obviously we've been raising rates for a little while now, and so what are you talking? 3/4 of a year brings us into beginning of 23. And then maybe things turn around a little bit, but that's what the average is. Any bear market lasts around 250 days.
Yeah. They, anybody that's been going to the grocery store and buying stuff and
brutal.
It's been going up for a long time. And I'm sitting back thinking the Fed's, well, we're not going to raise interest rates. We're not going to raise. I'm going, guys, y'all are getting behind the curve. This thing is moving.
Oh yeah, they got themselves way behind the curve. Just way behind the curve. Not even close to being correct. And now they're chasing it. And this is what happens when you chase market. The stock market is telling you they messed up. Really, that's all they're doing. The stock market is saying, "Hey, you guys screwed up good, big time."
Yeah. I know about every couple of days somebody comes in here and says, "You know how much money I've lost?" I'm going,
Oh, yeah.
if you held on to a pretty good bit.
Yeah, like I've been telling people, people. I don't know why they keep asking me what do I think is going to happen. I don't know. I hate when people tell me that, like I'm supposed to know. But anyway, I just tell people, I go, look, you buy stocks now, and 3-4 years from now, you'll be all right. Yeah, especially if you buy the good companies. Companies know how to make money. They've made money forever. They understand they have to go through cycles, and this is a bad cycle, but they're going to come out ahead at the end of the day, and they'll start making money again.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not making money now. It's just that they're afraid that over the next 6 months, there's going to be a recession and they're not going to be making money. And that's why the market's going down now, not because they're not making money, but they're not going to make as much money.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You keep saying, oh, these companies they're not going to make as much money. They're still going to be making money.
We pull out on the freeway around here and it's just bumper to bumper trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, there's a lot of goods moving around.
Yeah. Yeah. The stuff is, the economies are still working. It's just working at a lower pace.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because we're in this inflation period, it's a lot of money. I mean, it's costing more for everything, house,
especially
building,
diesel fuel.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the fuel is ridiculous, right? I mean, those things you see, and then, you go to a grocery store, you see those, and then there's, we knew that there was a housing issue a long time before.
Yeah.
Right, because of cost of lumber and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
And then, by the way, that's still there. That hasn't really.
Well, what gets me is last week I was looking at commodity prices, and lumber prices went from well over 1,000 down to like 500 and something. They tipped below 4 or 5 for just a little bit that day, and so they're trading back to where they were back. I say in December, January, somewhere between 390 and 520.
Right. I mean, they're all going to come back to equilibrium at some point. It's just a matter of how long, how much pain you're going to have to endure.
Yeah.
If you need to use that kind of stuff, if you need to use, if you're building a house or going to that extent.
Well, right now I'm using my Tuba 12 as my benchmark. So far, Tuba 12 foots are still $48 a board.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not come down, even though the price of raw materials has. So they've got to sell off their inventory at these higher prices before they buy new stuff.
Right. So, I mean, if you needed to build a house these days, how much would it cost per foot there in Texas? I think it's a lot cheaper than here. That's for sure.
It used to be about $100 to $125 a square foot. 20 years ago, I could have built one for $40,000. I'd have had to build it myself, but I could have built it for that price.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to touch it for that now.
No.
The materials alone will eat you alive.
Oh yeah.
And that's no labor. We're seeing air conditioner prices. They're touting that air conditioner prices around here are going to double between now and next year.
Mm.
And they actually may. And, we drive by car lots around here and they look like ghost towns. So, they have 3 or 4 cars sitting on there, but a couple of used vehicles, but there's not any vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day they were talking about the chips, like Ford now, they had, I forgot how many thousands of vehicles sitting there because they didn't have any chips.
Mm-hmm.
And they said in the average every F-150, I think there was 150 chips they needed for that truck.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I keep looking at the battery technology we're still 4 or 5 years away from it, but lithium is good, but there's not enough raw materials for lithium.
Mm-hmm.
So sulfur, which we're in abundance of, there is raw materials, but it has some charging problems, and they've developed something to help it with the recycling problem. They said it's going to probably outdo lithium by 10 times.
Hmm.
So you'll be able to take a car then and drive probably 8 or 9 times the distance that you're driving now on one charge.
Mhm. Right.
So
Well, it's,
eventually it's going to get there.
yeah, I mean, that's for sure, right?
Yeah.
I figured that's going to happen for sure.
But we're just not there yet. They were also talking the average cost of a vehicle in the U.S. is $46,000.
Wow. Crazy. That's a lot.
It's going to be interesting to, like the old boy says, we live in interesting times.
Yeah, we definitely do. That's for sure. That is for sure. No doubt about it. Yeah, they kind of broke it off here, and now they're just kind of coming back here. Where is our pivot here? 74. Yeah, it got below that even. So very, very just, well, now we're looking at our lower levels here, 63. We never hit the 63, did we?
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to post the levels, and I
Yeah.
think I'm going to shut it down.
Yeah, okay. No problem. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.